Now for the question that everyone wants to know. What was it like when it happened? Hello brothers and sisters. You might have heard that Calebe and Yuen met in a forest. But a Brazilian and a Malaysian meeting in a forest? How is that possible? Let's find out. Thanks Alex, you're looking good today. So Calebe, tell me, how did it happen?
It started in 2023. I met her in a video call. We are both working in the same laboratory, but I was based in Singapore and she was based in Kota Kinabalu. When I saw her for the first time, I thought, oh, she's very cute. But then I hold myself and said, okay, this is work, be professional.
I was preparing for his visa and permit application, and it was so complicated. The process is so long, and honestly, I'm quite annoyed with him at the first place. So I wrote him a long email with all the SOP, everything. He don't even say a thank you, like not even reply. So I'm like,
But what about what happened when you finally met face to face?
Oh wow, that was in Tawau. So I remember me and my colleague Federica, we already started our fieldwork. So we started our fieldwork on the Dung Beetle project, and then Calebe, he actually came to join us a week or 2 weeks after. When I actually know that he's coming to join us, so I'm very happy because like, oh wow, more members, and meaning to say we have more persons to help to carry all the heavy equipment. When we started to work together closely, then I started to have a very good impression on him because he's so helpful and he's so gentleman as well.
When I met her face to face was in Tawau, and the thing I thought first was, oh, she's even cuter in person. But again, let's do the work. Let's focus on the work. But as we started knowing each other more and more, working through the days, I really started to admire her. She's really hardworking, pay a lot of attention for details. The most impressive thing for me is how she cares about people. Sometimes she would stop the things she was doing in the compound that we were located and go teaching the local children how to read. In one moment, she and Federica even prepared me a birthday cake. I was really not expecting that from someone that I just met a few days ago.
So it wasn't love at first sight. So tell me, when did the sparks of love first happen?
One day I saw her reading a book about mission work in Sabah.
I love to read, but normally I enjoy reading the Chinese book. Before the fieldwork, I decided to buy an English missionary book. I never do that, but yeah, I bought it. Coincidentally, he saw like one of the pages that I'm reading is about the leadership in church.
And I was very interested, asking her, and she started to explain how passionate she is for missionary work, social work.
From there, we started to talk more. I'm very admired on how he actually served in the church and how our core value in life align with one another.
I really started to admire her even more. Especially how passionate she is and the impressive work she is doing in the church ministry. She's really a godly woman. And at the same time, I really started to admire her as a scientist. The expedition that we were in was called SAFE. It's really not for the weak. It's a very heavy work, long trails with very heavy equipment. And she would handle that just like a pro. That is why sometimes I say that she is like a diamond. Beautiful and delicate, still really tough, very, very strong. With this, I started to pray to God for signs, and He would answer every single sign that I asked for. And He precisely answered it within 24 hours. So I was sure that she is the one I was waiting for.
Honestly, I never ever date with a person that is from another country because of a lot of complications, right? Like for example, cultural difference, like language barrier. But with Calebe, right, the mode of interaction is so natural, and of course, he's a Christian. That is very important.
So what we really want to know is how did it happen?
That is a night that he talked to me, and he said that he wanted to have a private conversation with me. Like, what? Private conversations. At first, I don't really care about it, so I don't really put it in my mind, and I just forget about it. Next day, he talked to me again. He's like, oh yeah, I wanted to talk talk about like personal things, like more private topic with you. Then I started to like wonder like, oh, okay, so like what kind of private questions that you want to ask?
I wanted to give her some heads up so that it wouldn't be so a shock when I tell her about my feelings. A few days later, we are looking for frogs, as any biologists do. And we stopped by a big rock. And we started chatting, and I told her my feelings, how I felt about her. And I asked her if she wants to start a relationship.
And that time I'm really shocked. I'm like, okay, maybe it's not the right time for me to answer that. So I will talk with you again. Yeah, maybe in few days later.
She said that she shared the same feelings, but she wanted for some time. The following day, we were chatting in the hemlocks by the camp. And our friend Frederica was passing by. She was not seeing anything because she lost her glasses. So she passed by, looked to us for a few seconds, and then just shouted, "We have a couple here! I'm so happy for you too!" And then she just turned and followed her way.
After Frederica left, it really made me laugh and smile because we witnessed everything together and we went through everything together. And throughout the field work, I really feel like Calebe is a very like dependable person. He's so reliable. And also very important that he's very emotionally stable. And there is a moment that we pray for the whole team, for everything, like before our field work. This is something that I really ask for God, like in my prayer. And in that moment, right, I turned to him and I asked him to ask me the question again. And he repeated, and then I will say, yes.
That was beautiful. So tell me, who would you like to thank for all of this?
I would like to thank first to God, who in His infinite wisdom foresaw every situation and guided us in this field work so we could meet each other. I would like to thank Eleanor that put me in this field work, even though I was very reluctant in the start. I would like to thank Matthew and Norman, who blessed my life abundantly and gave me really good opportunities so I could come to Singapore. And to Frederica, that was a very important piece in this story. I would like to also to thank all my friends, the church, and my family, of course.
I want to thank God because all this happened by His grace. And I really wanted to thank Eleanor because he's such a very important person in my life. And I wanted to thank my families, my friends from the church, from New Life Baptist Church, from Sherman Methodist, and also my T-Lab member. So I have a long thank you list, but I'm gonna save it for my actual day.
Thank you very much.
God bless you.
Recording. Okay.
You see it?
Yes.